Today, I'm going to be talking about volleyball and the International Federation of Volleyball, the FIVB, and how it got created and what type of things USA Volleyball does to promote volleyball, promote the sport in general, and all types of stuff like that. And my name is Ty Ojala. So, starting off, volleyball was invented in 1895 by William Morgan, physical director of the YMCA in Massachusetts. I actually had no idea this was a thing. I was very surprised it happened in YMCA, kind of a recreational type place. Same with basketball. I think they were both created in YMCA. Volleyball was designed as an indoor sport for businessmen, for people that didn't want to play basketball or do all that running. Said in the article, so like people that just wanted to, relax, play a little bit of volleyball, do a little bit of jumping, but not like sprint up and down the court like that for a full game of basketball. Um, Volleyball was recognized by the NCAA in 1916, so over 100 years ago, so it's been around for a little bit. The USAV was formed in 1928. USAV conducts senior and men's national championships, which is pretty interesting. I played in USAV growing up, and I liked it. I liked all the different tournaments we went to and stuff like that. And when I get older, I definitely want to have a team in the big USAV tournaments they have for adults, because that would actually be super cool. Pretty sure they do grass and beach events as well for volleyball, but not too sure. The FIVB is formed in 1947 in Paris and moved to Lausanne, Switzerland in 1984. Volleyball was introduced to Europe by U.S. soldiers during World War I, which is actually very interesting because I had no idea that volleyball was something that was created in America and then like shown to other countries, because volleyball is so big in like Japan, Italy, France. I know they all have like super big pro leagues here. There, but USA and America just never really got off like that because you got football, basketball, baseball, tennis, like a lot of other pro leagues are doing really well, and then you look at volleyball, it's kind of struggling to get off the ground. It's been like that for men and women, even though men like are getting a little bit of traction, and a lot of females play volleyball as well. So it really surprised me that like Olympics, a lot of people like to watch college, but then just pro, like they struggle to get people in the seats, and then usually the corporation that runs the pro league goes under for money, and I don't know. I like it really mind boggles me at that point. But I have a video here, but the VoiceOver was not working for me, so I really can't show you guys a video. But it's just explaining the rules of volleyball, things like that. I wish the VoiceOver would have been working, but on my Mac, I don't know. I was just having a really hard time with it, so I just decided to like make a YouTube video and then import it from there. That's that's just what happened. So the international governing body, founded on April 14th, 1947, represented 14 different countries early on for the FIVB. They would these 14 countries were Belgium, Brazil, Czechoslovakia, Egypt, France, Netherlands, Hungary, Italy, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Uruguay, USA, and Yugoslavia. Would meet in Paris under Paul Lebad, who was the founder of the FIVB. Paul was the first president of the FIVB as well. Started all that stuff for them. So that's why they're meeting in Paris with him. Volleyball was tied in the IOC in 1959, allowed as an Olympic event shortly after, which is pretty interesting. The volleyball was added to the Olympic Games in 1964. I didn't know it was like that late. I thought volleyball was created in like the 1830s, got added as an Olympic sport in maybe like the 1940s. I didn't know it was only until 1964. And beach volleyball was only introduced in 1996. So that's like about almost 30 years ago. Pretty interesting stuff. I didn't know that. So relatively new, because I love playing beach volleyball, and I don't see why it wasn't a thing for a long time if it was indoor. Like, yeah, you can go outdoor. I mean, the same thing can be said for basketball, right? Like, why is there no outdoor basketball leagues, or like why is outdoor basketball not the Olympics? That can definitely be a point. I mean, same thing with beach volleyball. Why it takes so long to get off the ground? Next, we have the national governing body, the USA Volleyball NGB for the sport of athletes in the United States was USAV, like I was talking about before. It was created to represent the sport nationally and internationally, kind of promote those athletes, which now a lot of those athletes play overseas, which is kind of tough because, I don't know, for me, if I ever played pro volleyball, I'd have to not see my family for 7 to 9 months of the year, play overseas, and when I get back, I gotta train. I mean, seeing them would be nice in training, that'd be fine, but being away from my family would be a very, very hard in a different country where you speak a different language and you don't really know anyone. Very tough on the athletes. That's why I think everyone's really pushing for these pro leagues in the United States to kind of get off the ground and running. Like I said before, USAV created in 1928, but it was in the Yo Club in New York City, and the USAV is the nation's volleyball leader. You don't really see a lot of people going under like AAU volleyball tournaments. It's not as big. Everyone goes through like USAV and runs through those tournaments like I did. Professional leagues, as I was talking about in the last slide. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball is a women's professional indoor league in the U.S. founded in 2021. The men's side has the NVA, who only has 10 teams overall. And then the VLA has 5 teams spread across the U.S. As of 2019, these VLA and NVA leagues have been trying to get going, but not a whole lot of traction there so far, so we'll see what happens next couple of years. So we got youth leagues lastly. USA Volleyball has leagues for kids throughout the U.S. Club teams for boys and girls are throughout the U.S. Like I've just said, boys volleyball is one of the fastest growing sports in the U.S., which is very exciting to see for the growth of a sport. More and more high school teams are allowing boys volleyball, and the same can be said for club. There are summer camps in most areas. Colleges hold these camps as well, and our college actually hosts a camp in the summertime. It's a pretty fun time with my teammates teaching kids volleyball, trying to grow the game. I mean, that's all you can really do. Love the game and grow it. And that's all I have today for you guys.